Somewhere beneath your feet, ancient bacteria are still breathing. Above you, birds carry the legacy of dinosaurs on their wings. Inside you, trillions of microbes work in silent partnership with every cell. Life is everywhere. It glows in the deepest oceans. It clings to volcanic vents. It drifts unseen through the air you breathe. And somehow, after nearly 4 billion years, it has woven itself into every corner of this fragile blue planet. Tonight we journey through the quiet wonders of life on Earth. There is no test waiting at the end. No rush, no urgency. Just the slow unfolding of nature's most extraordinary secrets to carry you gently towards sleep. We will explore how life began in darkness and heat, how it survived catastrophic extinctions, how it learned to fly, to glow, to freeze and awaken again. All of it waiting to be whispered into the stillness. Tonight, let's drift off together while exploring over 100 soothing facts about life on Earth. There's no rush here. No test at the end. Just soft words and quiet wonders to carry you into rest. Welcome to Drowsy Discovery. I am glad you found your way here tonight. Perhaps you have had a long day. Perhaps you simply enjoy falling asleep to thoughts about the living world that surrounds us. Either way, this space is for you. There is something deeply calming about contemplating life's diversity. Every creature, from the smallest microbe to the largest whale, carries within it a story billions of years in the making. You are part of that story. Your atoms were forged in ancient stars. Your cells carry echoes of the first life that ever stirred in the primordial seas. So settle in. Let your breathing slow. And let the weight of the day drift away like leaves falling softly in an autumn forest. Life on Earth began nearly 4 billion years ago. From a single origin, it has branched into countless forms. Creatures that fly, that swim, that burrow, that glow. Plants that communicate, fungi that span forests, microbes that thrive where nothing else can survive. Tonight, we will wander through this magnificent diversity. We will meet creatures that defy imagination, and we will discover truths about life that may surprise even the most curious minds. But there is no hurry. Life has been evolving for billions of years. It can wait a little longer while you rest. Let us begin with the very origins of life itself. Life on Earth may have begun in the darkness of deep-sea vents, far beneath the ocean's surface, where sunlight never reaches and pressure would crush most living things. Hot water, rich in minerals, pours from cracks in the seafloor. These hydrothermal vents create an environment that seems hostile to life. Yet many scientists believe this is precisely where life may have first emerged. The chemical gradients between the hot, mineral-laden vent water and the cold surrounding ocean could have provided the energy needed to spark the first organic molecules. These vents offer shelter from the violent asteroid bombardments that scarred early Earth's surface. They provide a steady source of energy, independent of sunlight. And remarkably, some of the oldest microbial fossils we have found are associated with ancient vent systems. The theory remains debated, with some researchers favoring shallow pools or icy environments. But the deep-sea vent hypothesis reminds us that life may have begun not in the light, but in the quiet darkness of the abyss, where chemistry and geology conspired to create something extraordinary. The oldest evidence of life dates back nearly 4 billion years. In the ancient rocks of Western Australia and Greenland, scientists have discovered structures and chemical signatures that suggest life existed almost as soon as Earth's surface cooled enough to allow it. These traces include stromatolites, layered rock formations created by microbial communities, and carbon isotope ratios that hint at biological processes. The evidence places the origin of life remarkably close to the end of the late heavy bombardment, a period when asteroids and comets pummeled our young planet. This suggests that either life arose incredibly quickly once conditions allowed, or perhaps it originated multiple times, only to be wiped out before finally taking hold. Either way, the antiquity of life on Earth is humbling. For nearly as long as our planet has been habitable, something has been alive upon it. The story of life is not a recent chapter in Earth's history. It is woven into the very fabric of our world from almost the beginning. All living things share the same genetic alphabet. From the smallest bacterium to the largest whale, every living organism on Earth uses the same basic genetic code. DNA is built from just 4 nucleotide bases: adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine, arranged in endless combinations. This shared alphabet suggests that all life descends from a single common ancestor, often called Luca, the last universal common ancestor. Over billions of years, life has diversified into countless forms, yet the underlying language remains the same. A gene from a jellyfish can be read by a mouse. Human insulin can be produced by bacteria. This universality is both a practical tool for biotechnology and a profound reminder of our deep connection to every living thing. The oak tree in the garden and the bird on its branch are distant relatives, their cells reading the same ancient script that has been passed down, copied, and refined since the dawn of life itself. You're made of atoms forged in ancient stars. The carbon in your bones, the oxygen in your lungs, the iron in your blood, none of these elements existed at the beginning of the universe. In the moments after the Big Bang, only hydrogen and helium were abundant. Everything heavier was forged later, in the nuclear furnaces of stars. When massive stars exhaust their fuel and explode as supernovae, they scatter these newly created elements across space. Over billions of years, this stellar debris gathered into clouds, collapsed into new stars and planets, and eventually became part of you. The calcium that strengthens your teeth was created in a dying star. The phosphorus in your DNA was born in a stellar explosion. You are not merely on the Earth. You are of the cosmos, assembled from ingredients that traveled across light years before finding their way into the intricate patterns of your body. Every atom within you carries a history stretching back to the fires of ancient suns. Every breath you take contains atoms that once belonged to other living beings. The air you are breathing right now has circulated through countless lungs before reaching yours. Oxygen molecules released by ancient forests have been inhaled and exhaled by dinosaurs, by the first mammals, by every generation of humanity. Carbon atoms in your exhalation may once have been part of a leaf, a fish, or a pharaoh. The atmosphere is a great recycling system, and the atoms that compose it are continually exchanged between the living and non-living world. This constant exchange connects you to every organism that has ever breathed. In a very real sense, you are participating in a conversation that spans billions of years, a continuous exchange of matter between life forms across time and space. The breath leaving your body will one day become part of something else, perhaps a tree, perhaps another person, continuing the ancient dance of atoms that links all living things. The first cells had no nucleus at all. For the first 2 billion years of life on Earth, all cells were prokaryotes, simple organisms without a membrane-bound nucleus. Their genetic material floated freely within the cell, unprotected by any internal barrier. These early life forms, ancestors of today's bacteria and archaea, were remarkably successful. They colonized every available habitat, from hot springs to frozen soils, and developed an astonishing range of metabolic abilities. The evolution of eukaryotes, cells with a true nucleus and other specialized compartments, came much later and may have arisen through a partnership between different prokaryotic cells. This event, where one cell engulfed another and they began working together, gave rise to the mitochondria and chloroplasts that power complex life today. The humble prokaryotes remain the most abundant life forms on Earth, outnumbering all plants and animals combined. They remind us that complexity is not the only path to success in the story of life. Oxygen was once a deadly poison to early life. Today we depend on oxygen for every breath, but for the first life forms on Earth, oxygen was a lethal toxin. Early organisms evolved in an atmosphere with almost no free oxygen, and their metabolic machinery was adapted to that environment. When cyanobacteria began producing oxygen as a byproduct of photosynthesis around 2.5 billion years ago, it triggered a catastrophe known as the Great Oxidation Event. Many species that could not tolerate oxygen went extinct or retreated to oxygen-free environments where their descendants survive today. Yet this disaster also opened new possibilities. Oxygen allowed for more efficient energy extraction from food, paving the way for complex multicellular life. The very gas that nearly ended life became the foundation for its greatest flourishing. It is a reminder that in the history of our planet, catastrophes have often been followed by new beginnings, and what seems like an ending can become the start of something extraordinary. Some creatures can survive being frozen completely solid. In the frozen reaches of the Arctic and Antarctic, certain frogs, insects, and other organisms have evolved an astonishing ability. They can freeze solid, their hearts stopping, their blood turning to ice, and yet when spring arrives, they thaw and return to life as if nothing happened. The wood frog of North America is perhaps the most famous example. As temperatures drop, its liver floods its cells with glucose, which acts as a natural antifreeze, preventing the formation of damaging ice crystals inside the cells. The frog's heart stops beating. Its brain shows no activity. By any normal measure, it is dead. Yet weeks or months later, when warmth returns, the heart begins to beat again, blood flows, and the frog hops away to find a mate. This remarkable adaptation shows that the boundary between life and death is not always as clear as we might think. Some organisms have learned to pause at that threshold and step back when conditions improve. Tardigrades can endure the vacuum of space. Tardigrades, often called water bears, are microscopic creatures that look like tiny eight-legged bears. They live in moss, lichen, and soil all over the world. But their most remarkable feature is their near indestructibility. When conditions become harsh, tardigrades can enter a state called cryptobiosis, expelling almost all water from their bodies and curling into a tiny barrel shape called a tun. In this state, they can survive temperatures from near absolute zero to well above boiling, pressures greater than the deepest ocean trenches, and radiation doses that would kill a human instantly. In 2007, tardigrades were sent into space and exposed to the vacuum and radiation of orbit. Many survived. Some even reproduced afterward. Scientists are still studying how these creatures protect their cells and DNA from such extreme damage. Tardigrades remind us that life can be far more resilient than we ever imagined, thriving in conditions we once thought impossible. Certain microbes thrive in boiling hot springs. In the scalding waters of hot springs and hydrothermal vents, where temperatures can exceed 100 degrees Celsius, life not only survives, but flourishes. Thermophiles, or heat-loving microbes, have evolved special proteins and cell membranes that remain stable at temperatures that would destroy most organisms. Some of these extremophiles are among the oldest branches on the tree of life, suggesting that high temperatures may have been the cradle of early evolution. The enzymes from thermophilic bacteria have practical applications too. Taq polymerase, isolated from a bacterium living in hot springs, is essential for the polymerase chain reaction, a technique that revolutionized molecular biology and forensic science. These heat-loving organisms remind us that our definition of habitable is far too narrow. Life has found ways to thrive in environments we once dismissed as sterile, expanding our understanding of where life might exist, both on Earth and perhaps on other worlds. Some bacteria can eat rocks for energy. Deep within the Earth, far from sunlight and the organic matter that most life depends on, certain bacteria survive by breaking down minerals in rock. These lithotrophs, or rock eaters, extract energy from chemical reactions involving iron, sulfur, manganese, and other elements. They do not need photosynthesis. They do not need organic food. They live on the slow chemistry of geology itself. Some of these organisms have been found kilometers below the surface, in environments that have been isolated from the sun for millions of years. They grow incredibly slowly, sometimes dividing only once every few centuries. Yet they persist, a vast and ancient biosphere hidden beneath our feet. The discovery of these deep Earth organisms has transformed our understanding of life's limits. It suggests that life could exist in the rocky interiors of other planets and moons, far from any star, sustained by the quiet energy of chemistry alone. Life exists in lakes of pure acid. In volcanic regions and industrial sites around the world, there are lakes and rivers so acidic they would dissolve metal. Yet even here, life finds a way. Acidophiles, organisms that thrive in low pH environments, have evolved special mechanisms to maintain neutral conditions inside their cells while surrounded by corrosive acid. Some of these organisms are found in the Rio Tinto in Spain, a river stained red by dissolved iron and with a pH similar to battery acid. Others live in the acidic hot springs of Yellowstone. These extremophiles force us to reconsider the conditions necessary for life. If organisms can survive in pure acid, perhaps the acidic clouds of Venus or the sulfuric pools of distant moons might not be as hostile to life as we once assumed. Life, it seems, is endlessly creative in its ability to colonize the most inhospitable corners of existence. Bacteria live miles beneath the surface of the Earth. When scientists began drilling deep into the Earth's crust, they expected to find sterile rock. Instead, they discovered life. Bacteria have been found in boreholes several kilometers deep, living in cracks in the rock, surviving on hydrogen gas produced by geological processes and on trace minerals. These deep Earth microbes live in complete darkness, under immense pressure, and at elevated temperatures. Some scientists estimate that the total mass of life in the deep subsurface may rival or exceed the mass of all life on the surface. This hidden biosphere challenges our assumptions about where life can exist. It suggests that planets and moons without surface oceans might still harbor life in their rocky interiors. The deep Earth is not a dead zone. It is a frontier, populated by organisms that have been quietly thriving for billions of years, far from the light and noise of the world above. Some organisms survive on nothing but sulfur and heat. Near hydrothermal vents on the ocean floor, where hot, mineral-rich water meets the cold sea, entire ecosystems thrive without any input from the sun. At the base of these food chains are chemosynthetic bacteria and archaea that derive energy from chemical reactions, particularly the oxidation of hydrogen sulfide. These microbes form mats on rocks and support communities of giant tube worms, clams, shrimp, and fish. The discovery of these vent ecosystems in the late 1970s was revolutionary. It proved that life does not require sunlight, only chemical energy. This finding has profound implications for the search for life beyond Earth. Moons like Europa and Enceladus, with their subsurface oceans and potential hydrothermal activity, could host similar ecosystems. Life based on sulfur and heat, hidden in the darkness, waiting to be discovered. Water bears can withstand radiation that would kill a human instantly. Tardigrades, those microscopic creatures also known as water bears, have repeatedly demonstrated their ability to survive conditions that would be instantly fatal to most life forms. Among their most impressive abilities is their resistance to ionizing radiation. While a dose of just 5 to 10 gray of radiation is lethal to humans, tardigrades have been shown to survive doses of over 1,000 gray. Scientists believe this resilience comes from special proteins that protect their DNA from damage and efficient repair mechanisms that fix whatever damage does occur. Some tardigrade proteins, when introduced into human cells in the laboratory, have been shown to increase those cells' resistance to radiation as well. These tiny creatures are living laboratories of extreme survival, offering insights that could one day help protect astronauts on long space missions or develop new medical treatments. In their microscopic bodies, they carry secrets of resilience we are only beginning to understand. There are entire ecosystems that exist without sunlight. In the deepest parts of the ocean, where no ray of light has ever penetrated, life thrives in perpetual darkness. These ecosystems are powered not by photosynthesis but by chemosynthesis, the conversion of chemical energy from minerals and gases into organic matter. Around hydrothermal vents and cold seeps, bacteria form the base of food chains that support worms, crabs, fish, and other creatures found nowhere else on Earth. These communities exist in complete isolation from the sun-driven world above, their rhythms governed by the pulse of volcanic activity rather than the cycle of day and night. The discovery of these deep-sea ecosystems revolutionized our understanding of life's possibilities. It proved that photosynthesis is not the only foundation for complex ecosystems. Somewhere in the darkness of the deep, life has built its own world, independent and strange, a reminder that even the most extreme environments can become home. Giant tube worms thrive near volcanic vents on the ocean floor. Riftia pachyptilla, the giant tube worm, is one of the most striking inhabitants of hydrothermal vent ecosystems. Growing up to 2 meters in length, these worms have no mouth, no stomach, and no digestive system at all. Instead, they rely entirely on symbiotic bacteria living inside their tissues. The worms absorb hydrogen sulfide from the vent water and deliver it to their bacterial partners, which convert it into organic compounds the worms can use. This relationship allows tube worms to grow remarkably fast, sometimes adding over 80 centimeters in a single year, making them among the fastest growing invertebrates known. Their blood is red with hemoglobin, specially adapted to carry both oxygen and sulfide without the sulfide poisoning the worm. Giant tube worms are a testament to the power of symbiosis, two organisms working together to thrive in an environment that would kill most life forms. Bioluminescent creatures light up the deep ocean like living stars. In the midnight zone of the ocean, where sunlight never reaches, many creatures produce their own light. This bioluminescence serves countless purposes, attracting mates, luring prey, confusing predators, and communicating with others of the same species. Some estimates suggest that more than 90% of deep-sea animals can produce light in some form. Jellyfish pulse, with soft blue glows. Squid flash patterns across their skin. Fish dangle glowing lures before hungry mouths. The chemistry behind bioluminescence involves a molecule called luciferin, which emits light when it reacts with oxygen, in the presence of an enzyme called luciferase. This living light has evolved independently dozens of times across the tree of life. In the cold darkness of the abyss, the ocean is filled with constellations of its own making, creatures signaling to each other in a language written in light. The anglerfish uses a glowing lure to hunt in the abyss. In the pitch-black depths of the ocean, the anglerfish has evolved one of nature's most ingenious hunting strategies. A modified dorsal spine extends from its head like a fishing rod, tipped with a bioluminescent bulb that glows in the darkness. This living lure dangles before the anglerfish's enormous mouth, attracting curious prey that mistake it for something edible. When a fish or shrimp ventures too close, the anglerfish strikes with lightning speed, its expandable jaws swallowing victims nearly as large as itself. The light in the lure is produced by symbiotic bacteria that live within it, another example of partnership in the deep. Female anglerfish are the hunters. Males are tiny and parasitic, fusing permanently to females and providing nothing but sperm. In the deep ocean, life takes forms we might never have imagined, shaped by pressures and darkness into something both alien and beautiful. Some deep-sea fish have transparent heads. The barrel-eye fish, also known as Macropinna microstoma, possesses one of the most unusual adaptations in the animal kingdom. Its entire head is transparent, filled with clear fluid that protects its remarkably sensitive eyes. Those eyes point upward, scanning the dark water above for the silhouettes of prey against the faint glow of bioluminescence. For decades, scientists wondered how the fish could eat, since its eyes seemed unable to look forward at its small mouth. Then researchers discovered that the barrel eye can rotate its tubular eyes within its transparent head, pointing them forward when needed. This strange design allows the fish to spot prey from below and then track it as it moves to feed. The barrel eye is a reminder that evolution can produce solutions stranger than any science fiction, adapting form to function in ways that challenge our imagination. The colossal squid has eyes the size of dinner plates. In the cold, dark waters of the Southern Ocean lives the colossal squid, a creature of near-mythical proportions. Its eyes, measuring up to 27 centimeters across, are the largest of any animal on Earth. These enormous organs are perfectly adapted to the deep sea, capable of detecting the faintest traces of bioluminescence in near-total darkness. Scientists believe the colossal squid uses its giant eyes primarily to watch for sperm whales, its main predator, spotting the whale's own bioluminescent glow as it descends to hunt. The colossal squid also possesses rotating hooks on its tentacles, unique among squid species, which help it grip prey in the crushing depths. We know relatively little about this creature. Most specimens have come from the stomachs of sperm whales, or been caught accidentally by fishing boats. The colossal squid remains largely a mystery, a giant lurking in the darkness of the deep ocean. Certain sharks glow softly in the dark. In the deep ocean, even apex predators have learned to use light. Several species of shark, including the kitefin shark and lantern sharks, produce a soft blue-green glow from specialized cells in their skin. This bioluminescence may serve multiple purposes. It can help camouflage the shark from below, matching the faint light filtering down from above, and hiding its silhouette from prey looking upward. It may also help sharks recognize others of their own species in the darkness. The kitefin shark, growing to nearly 2 meters in length, is the largest known bioluminescent vertebrate. Its glow is produced without symbiotic bacteria, unlike many other bioluminescent creatures, instead relying on its own light-producing cells. These glowing sharks remind us that even the most familiar creatures can surprise us when we venture into the unexplored depths of the sea. The vampire squid lives in nearly oxygen-free depths. Despite its fearsome name, the vampire squid is a gentle creature that feeds on marine snow, the constant rain of organic debris that drifts down from the surface. It inhabits the oxygen minimum zone, a layer of the ocean where oxygen levels are so low that most animals cannot survive. The vampire squid has adapted to this harsh environment with a remarkably low metabolism and efficient oxygen extraction. Its blue blood, which uses copper-based hemocyanin rather than iron-based hemoglobin, works effectively even when oxygen is scarce. When threatened, the vampire squid can turn itself inside out, wrapping its webbed arms around its body to present a cape of spines to potential predators. Bioluminescent organs on its arm tips can flash and glow, confusing attackers. This ancient creature, little changed for hundreds of millions of years, is a living fossil, a window into the deep past surviving in the deep ocean. Jellyfish have drifted through the oceans for over 500 million years. Long before fish evolved backbones, before anything crawled onto land, jellyfish were already pulsing through ancient seas. Fossil evidence suggests they have existed for at least 500 million years, making them among the oldest multi-organ animals on Earth. Despite having no brain, no heart, and no bones, jellyfish have survived every mass extinction, adapting to changing oceans with quiet persistence. Their bodies are roughly 95% water, yet they can deliver powerful stings, reproduce in vast blooms, and travel ocean currents across entire basins. Some species are bioluminescent. Others are transparent. A few can even reverse their aging process, essentially becoming biologically immortal. Jellyfish remind us that complexity is not required for success. Sometimes simplicity, refined over hundreds of millions of years, proves the most enduring strategy of all. Octopuses have 3 hearts and blue blood. The octopus is one of the most alien creatures on our planet. Its anatomy defies almost every assumption we make about intelligent life. 3 hearts pump blue blood through its body, the color due to copper-based hemocyanin rather than iron-based hemoglobin. 2 of those hearts pump blood to the gills, while the third pumps it to the rest of the body. Octopuses have 9 brains, a central brain and a smaller cluster of neurons in each of their 8 arms, allowing each arm to act somewhat independently. They can taste with their suckers, squeeze through impossibly small gaps, and solve complex puzzles. Each octopus develops a distinct personality. Some are bold explorers, others cautious observers. In the octopus, evolution has produced an intelligence so different from our own that studying them feels like encountering a mind from another world. Octopuses can change color and texture in milliseconds. The octopus possesses one of the most sophisticated camouflage systems in the animal kingdom. Specialized cells called chromatophores contain sacs of pigment that can expand or contract in a fraction of a second, creating waves of color that ripple across the skin. Beneath the chromatophores lie iridophores, which reflect light to produce metallic sheens and iridescent effects. Pupillae, tiny muscular bumps, can raise or flatten to change the texture of the skin, allowing an octopus to mimic the rough surface of coral or the smooth face of sand. An octopus can match its surroundings so perfectly that it becomes nearly invisible, even to careful observers. Beyond camouflage, octopuses use these color changes to communicate, displaying bold patterns when threatened or courting. The octopus wears its emotions on its skin, a living canvas that shifts and transforms with every mood and moment. The blue whale is the largest animal ever to exist on Earth. Weighing as much as 200 tons and stretching up to 30 meters in length, the blue whale is not just the largest animal alive today. It is the largest animal that has ever lived, surpassing even the greatest dinosaurs. Its heart alone is the size of a small car and beats so loudly it can be detected from over 3 kilometers away. A blue whale's tongue weighs as much as an elephant. Its arteries are wide enough for a human child to crawl through. Yet these giants feed almost exclusively on tiny krill, straining millions of them from the water each day through plates of baleen. Blue whales nearly went extinct from whaling in the 20th century, but protected populations are slowly recovering. Their songs, low and haunting, travel across entire ocean basins. In the presence of such immensity, we are reminded of how much wonder still swims through our world. Whales sing songs that change and evolve over time. Male humpback whales produce complex songs that can last for hours and carry across hundreds of kilometers of ocean. These songs are not random. They have structure, with phrases grouped into themes that repeat in predictable patterns. Most remarkably, whale songs evolve. Over months and years, songs change as new phrases are introduced and old ones fade. Whales in the same population tend to sing similar versions, suggesting they learn from each other. Occasionally, a new song spreads rapidly across entire ocean basins as whales adopt it from neighboring groups. Scientists are still debating exactly why whales sing. The songs may attract mates, communicate identity, or serve purposes we have not yet understood. Whatever their function, whale songs are a form of culture, passed between individuals and changing over generations, a reminder that humans are not alone in creating traditions that shift with time. Dolphins call each other by unique signature whistles. Each bottlenose dolphin develops a unique whistle early in life, a sound that functions much like a name. Dolphins use these signature whistles to identify themselves and to call to specific individuals. Studies have shown that dolphins will respond when they hear a recording of their own whistle, and that they can remember the whistles of companions they have not seen for decades. This suggests dolphins maintain long-term social memories and use individual naming in ways remarkably similar to humans. Dolphins are also known to copy each other's whistles, perhaps as a way of addressing one another directly. These vocalizations are part of a rich repertoire that includes clicks for echolocation and a variety of other sounds for social communication. In the intricate world of dolphin society, identity is announced through sound, and relationships are woven through waves of recognizable calls. Some sharks never stop swimming their entire lives. Many shark species must keep moving to survive. Unlike bony fish, which can pump water over their gills while stationary, many sharks rely on ram ventilation, passing water over their gills by swimming forward. Stop moving, and they stop breathing. Species like the great white shark and the mako shark are obligate ram ventilators, condemned to perpetual motion. They cannot rest on the seafloor or pause to sleep in any conventional sense. Instead, they may slow down and enter a state of reduced activity, but they never truly stop. Some sharks travel thousands of kilometers each year, following prey, seeking mates, or migrating to warmer waters. This endless motion has shaped their streamlined bodies into some of the most efficient swimming machines in the ocean. For these sharks, stillness is death. Life is a journey that never ends. The Greenland shark can live for more than 400 years. In the cold, dark waters of the Arctic, The Greenland shark drifts slowly through the depths, its metabolism so low that it barely seems alive. These sharks grow less than a centimeter per year and do not reach sexual maturity until they are around 150 years old. Using radiocarbon dating of proteins in their eye lenses, scientists have estimated that some Greenland sharks may live for over 400 years, making them the longest-lived vertebrates known. A Greenland shark alive today may have been swimming when Shakespeare was writing his plays. These ancient creatures carry parasites that permanently damage their eyes, leaving most of them partially blind. Yet they persist, hunting seals and fish in waters too cold for most predators. The Greenland shark is a living relic, a slow-motion giant that has witnessed centuries of change in the world above the waves. Seahorses are the only animals where males give birth. In the world of seahorses, reproduction takes an unusual turn. The female deposits her eggs into a special pouch on the male's belly, where he fertilizes them and carries them until they are ready to be born. The male's pouch provides oxygen and nutrients to the developing embryos, functioning almost like a mammalian uterus. When the time comes, the male goes through contractions to expel the tiny, fully formed baby seahorses into the water. This role reversal is unique among vertebrates and remains something of an evolutionary mystery. Why did seahorses develop this system? One theory suggests it allows females to produce new eggs, while males carry the previous batch, potentially increasing reproductive output. Whatever the reason, watching a male seahorse give birth to hundreds of miniature copies of himself is one of nature's most unexpected sights. Some fish can change sex during their lifetimes. For many reef fish, sex is not fixed at birth, but changes according to social circumstances. Clownfish, russes, parrotfish, and many others can switch from male to female or vice versa, often triggered by the loss of a dominant individual in their social group. In clownfish, all individuals are born male, and the dominant fish in a group becomes female. If she dies, the next ranking male transforms to take her place. In other species, the pattern is reversed. This flexibility allows fish to maximize their reproductive success in changing social environments. A small male that cannot compete for mates may do better as a female, and vice versa. Sex change can involve dramatic physical and behavioral shifts, sometimes occurring in just a few weeks. It is a reminder that in nature, categories we consider fixed are often fluid, shaped by context and circumstance. Parrotfish sleep wrapped in cocoons of their own mucus. Each night, some parrotfish species prepare for sleep by secreting a transparent cocoon of mucus around their bodies. This slimy sleeping bag can take up to an hour to produce and serves as a protective barrier against nocturnal predators, particularly parasites like blood-sucking isopods. The cocoon may also mask the sleeping fish's scent, making it harder for moray eels and other predators to detect them by smell. By morning, the parrotfish emerges, leaving its cocoon behind to dissolve. During the day, parrotfish perform another remarkable service. Their powerful beaks crush coral to extract algae, and the undigested coral passes through their systems as fine white sand. A single parrotfish can produce hundreds of kilograms of sand each year, contributing to the tropical beaches we prize. These colorful fish are both builders and sleepers, wrapped each night in their own protective embrace. Coral reefs are built by tiny animals but support entire ecosystems. A coral reef is the work of billions of tiny architects. Each coral polyp, no larger than a fingernail, secretes a hard calcium carbonate skeleton around itself. Over thousands of years, these skeletons accumulate into the massive structures we recognize as reefs. Though they cover less than 1% of the ocean floor, coral reefs support roughly a quarter of all marine species. Fish, invertebrates, algae, and countless other organisms depend on the shelter and food that reefs provide. The polyps themselves rely on symbiotic algae called zooxanthellae, which live within their tissues and provide them with nutrients through photosynthesis. When ocean temperatures rise, this partnership breaks down, causing coral bleaching and death. Coral reefs are among the most threatened ecosystems on Earth, yet their beauty and diversity remain astonishing. In their delicate structures, we see what collaboration and time can build. Clownfish live safely among the stinging tentacles of anemones. The partnership between clownfish and sea anemones is one of the ocean's most famous symbioses. Anemone tentacles are armed with stinging cells that would paralyze most small fish, but clownfish have evolved a protective mucus coating that prevents the stings from firing. In return for shelter among the deadly tentacles, clownfish defend the anemone from predators and parasites, and their waste provides nutrients that help the anemone grow. Young clownfish carefully acclimate themselves to a new host anemone, gently touching the tentacles to build up their immunity. Once bonded, the relationship can last for years. Clownfish rarely stray far from their home anemone, living out their lives within its protective embrace. This mutual dependence has shaped both partners over millions of years, creating a bond that benefits both and harms neither, a quiet alliance flourishing on reefs around the world. Cleaner fish run grooming stations, where predators wait peacefully. On coral reefs, certain small fish and shrimp have established cleaning stations, specific locations where larger fish come to have parasites removed from their skin, gills, and even inside their mouths. Cleaner wrasses, gobies, and shrimp pick off parasites and dead tissue, gaining a meal while improving the health of their clients. What makes this remarkable is the truce it creates. Large predators like groupers and moray eels will wait patiently, mouths agape, while tiny cleaners swim inside to work. The cleaners are rarely eaten, even by fish that would normally consider them prey. This cooperation is so valuable that removing cleaner fish from a reef causes the health of other fish to decline noticeably. It is a system built on mutual benefit and trust, a fragile piece in the competitive world of the reef, where even the hungriest predator respects the rules of the cleaning station. Some fish sleep with their eyes open and never fully rest. Fish lack eyelids, so they cannot close their eyes to sleep. Instead, most fish enter a state of reduced activity, hovering in place or wedging themselves into crevices, their metabolism slowing, but their senses remaining partially alert. Some species, like parrotfish, secrete protective mucus cocoons at night, while others simply drift with reduced movement. Certain sharks, as we have seen, must keep swimming even while resting. Some fish show sleep-like brain patterns, with periods of reduced neural activity alternating with more active states. The need for constant vigilance against predators means that fish rarely experience the deep, restorative sleep that mammals enjoy. Their rest is a compromise, a half-sleep that allows them to recover while never fully letting down their guard. In the endless competition of the ocean, even unconsciousness is a luxury few can afford. Some frogs can survive being frozen and then thaw back to life. The wood frog of North America performs one of nature's most remarkable disappearing acts. As winter approaches and temperatures plummet, these small frogs do not burrow deep or migrate south. Instead, they allow themselves to freeze. Ice crystals form beneath their skin. Their hearts stop beating. Their brains show no electrical activity. By any normal standard, they are dead. Yet within their cells, a miraculous chemistry is at work. The frog's liver floods its tissues with glucose, which acts as an antifreeze, protecting the delicate interior of cells while ice forms in the spaces between them. When spring arrives and temperatures rise, the ice melts, the heart begins to beat, and the frog hops away as if nothing happened. This ability to survive freezing has been studied extensively, with researchers hoping it might one day help preserve human organs for transplantation. For now, the wood frog remains nature's own proof that death and life are not always as distinct as they seem. Some frogs can hold their breath for months. Aquatic frogs like the Titicaca water frog have evolved remarkable adaptations for life in oxygen-poor environments. Living at high altitudes in Lake Titicaca, where oxygen levels are low and the water is cold, these frogs absorb oxygen directly through their loose, baggy skin. Their skin folds increase their surface area, allowing greater gas exchange. Some aquatic frogs can remain submerged for months at a time, never surfacing to breathe. Hibernating frogs buried in pond mud can go the entire winter without a breath, slowing their metabolism so dramatically that their oxygen needs become negligible. This ability to breathe through their skin is shared by many amphibians, but reaches extremes in certain species. It is a reminder that not all breathing requires lungs, and that life finds many ways to draw sustenance from the world around it. The axolotl can regenerate its own brain tissue. The axolotl, a salamander native to the lakes of Mexico City, possesses regenerative abilities that seem almost magical. It can regrow entire limbs, complete with bones, muscles, nerves, and blood vessels. It can regenerate its spinal cord, its heart, and even portions of its brain. Unlike most vertebrates, which form scar tissue after injury, the axolotl's cells dedifferentiate, reverting to a more primitive state before rebuilding the lost structure perfectly. Scientists have studied axolotls for decades, hoping to unlock the secrets of their regeneration. Understanding how they regrow complex organs could revolutionize medicine, offering hope for treating spinal cord injuries, heart damage, and other conditions that currently have no cure. The axolotl is critically endangered in the wild, its lake habitat shrinking and polluted, but in laboratories around the world, it continues to offer glimpses of healing possibilities that humans can only dream of. Glass frogs have completely transparent skin. In the cloud forests of Central and South America, glass frogs cling to leaves overhanging streams. Their backs are often green, camouflaging them against the vegetation. But flip them over, and something extraordinary becomes visible. The skin on their bellies is completely transparent, revealing their beating hearts, their digestive systems, and their bones. Scientists believe this transparency may help glass frogs blend into their backgrounds by minimizing sharp edges and shadows. When a predator looks up from below, the frog's outline softens, making it harder to spot against the dappled light filtering through the canopy. Glass frogs also exhibit unusual parental care, with males guarding eggs and sometimes even hydrating them during dry spells. In these delicate creatures, we see how evolution has turned the body into a window, hiding in plain sight by becoming almost invisible. Certain frogs carry their tadpoles on their backs. Parental care in frogs takes many remarkable forms, but few are as striking as the poison dart frogs of the rainforest. After their eggs hatch, one parent, usually the male, will crouch down and allow the tiny tadpoles to wriggle onto its back. The parent then climbs high into the canopy, searching for small pools of water that collect in the leaves of bromeliads or other plants. One by one, the tadpoles are deposited into these tiny ponds, each tadpole getting its own private nursery. In some species, the female returns regularly to lay unfertilized eggs in each pool, providing food for the developing tadpoles. This intensive care is unusual among amphibians and helps explain why poison dart frogs produce so few offspring compared to species that simply release thousands of eggs into a pond and hope for the best. Quality over quantity, attention over abandon. The Suriname toad gives birth through holes in its skin. The Suriname toad of South America has one of the most unusual reproductive strategies in the animal kingdom. During mating, the female releases eggs that the male fertilizes and presses into the spongy skin of her back. Over the following weeks, her skin swells and envelops the eggs, forming a honeycomb of pockets. Inside these pockets, the embryos develop through the tadpole stage, entirely within their mother's back. When they are ready, fully formed toadlets emerge through the skin, pushing through the membrane and swimming away into the world. It is a sight that is both unsettling and fascinating. Dozens of tiny toads erupting from their mother's back, like something from a dream. This method protects the vulnerable embryos from predators and ensures they begin life already equipped for survival, bypassing the dangerous tadpole stage in open water. Crocodiles have remained nearly unchanged for 200 million years. When dinosaurs ruled the land and pterosaurs filled the skies, crocodilians were already perfecting their design. The crocodiles we see today bear a striking resemblance to fossils from over 200 million years ago. Their streamlined bodies, powerful tails, armored skin, and ambush hunting strategy have proven so effective that little modification has been needed. They survived the asteroid impact that wiped out the dinosaurs and have outlasted countless other species. Modern crocodiles can go months without food, can regulate their body temperature by moving between water and land, and have one of the strongest bites of any living animal. Their success lies not in constant change, but in having found a form so well suited to their environment that evolution had little reason to alter it. Crocodiles are living fossils, ancient blueprints that continue to work in a world that has changed beyond recognition. Crocodiles can slow their hearts to survive long periods without food. Crocodiles are masters of energy conservation. When prey is scarce or during long periods of waiting, they can slow their heart rate to just a few beats per minute. This dramatically reduces their metabolic needs, allowing them to survive for months, even over a year in some cases, without eating. Their digestive system is similarly efficient, extracting maximum nutrition from every meal and leaving almost nothing to waste. Even the bones of their prey are dissolved by their powerful stomach acids. This ability to downshift metabolism means crocodiles can afford to wait. They are patient predators, lying motionless for hours until prey ventures within striking range. When they do attack, they do so with explosive speed and force. The crocodile's strategy is one of economy, conserving energy ruthlessly and spending it only when success is almost guaranteed. Some lizards can shoot blood from their eyes. The horned lizards of North America have evolved one of the most startling defense mechanisms in the reptile world. When threatened by predators like coyotes or foxes, they can squirt a stream of blood from the corners of their eyes, sometimes reaching distances of over a meter. The blood contains chemicals that taste foul to canine and feline predators, often causing them to release the lizard immediately. This auto-hemorrhaging, the voluntary release of blood, is possible because horned lizards can restrict blood flow from their heads, increasing pressure until blood vessels around the eyes burst. While dramatic, the blood loss is usually not harmful to the lizard, which can replace it relatively quickly. Combined with their thorny appearance and ability to flatten their bodies against the ground, this bloody defense makes horned lizards challenging prey. They demonstrate that survival sometimes requires solutions stranger than any predator expects. The basilisk lizard, can run across the surface of water. In the rainforests of Central America, the basilisk lizard has earned its nickname, the Jesus Christ lizard, by performing what seems like a miracle. When threatened, it drops from overhanging branches into the water and runs across the surface on its hind legs. Special fringes on its toes increase surface area, and its rapid leg movements create pockets of air beneath each step, preventing it from sinking. A basilisk can run across water for distances of several meters before losing momentum and having to swim. This ability provides a quick escape from predators, who often cannot follow across the water. Young basilisks, being lighter, can run longer distances than adults. The sight of a basilisk sprinting across a pond is one of the most delightful in nature, a reminder that physics can be bent, if only for a few seconds, by creatures clever enough to find the trick. Certain snakes can glide through the air between trees. In the forests of Southeast Asia, paradise tree snakes and their relatives have mastered a form of flight without wings. By launching themselves from branches and flattening their bodies into a concave shape, these snakes can glide remarkable distances, sometimes over 100 meters, from tree to tree. They undulate through the air much as they would on the ground, creating aerodynamic forces that help stabilize and steer their descent. High-speed cameras have revealed that this S-shaped motion is essential for controlled flight. Gliding allows these snakes to travel efficiently through the forest canopy, escaping predators and pursuing prey without the dangerous descent to the forest floor. They are not the only gliding reptiles. Flying geckos and Draco lizards also take to the air. But a snake without limbs, soaring between trees, remains one of nature's most unexpected sights. Komodo dragons possess venomous bites. For decades, scientists believed that Komodo dragons killed their prey through bacterial infection, waiting for wounds to fester before returning to feed. More recent research has revealed a different truth. Komodo dragons are venomous. Glands in their lower jaws produce toxins that prevent blood from clotting, lower blood pressure, and induce shock. When a Komodo bites its prey, these venoms work alongside the physical damage of its serrated teeth to weaken and eventually kill the victim. Large prey like water buffalo may survive the initial attack, but succumb to blood loss and shock within hours or days. Komodos then track their dying prey using their forked tongues, which can detect scent particles from kilometers away. These giant lizards, the largest in the world, combine the patience of an ambush predator with the chemistry of a viper, making them formidable hunters on their island homes. Sea turtles navigate by moonlight and starlight. When sea turtle hatchlings emerge from their nests on dark beaches, they face an immediate challenge: finding the ocean. These tiny creatures orient themselves by detecting the brightest horizon, which under natural conditions is the open ocean reflecting moonlight and starlight. Light pollution from coastal development can disorient them, leading hatchlings away from the sea. Once in the water, sea turtles undertake some of the longest migrations in the animal kingdom, crossing entire ocean basins to feed and mate. They navigate using a combination of magnetic field detection, which acts like an internal compass, and possibly the position of celestial bodies. Female turtles return to the exact beach where they were born to lay their own eggs, a journey of thousands of kilometers, guided by cues scientists are still working to fully understand. These ancient mariners have been navigating the oceans for over 100 million years. Birds are living dinosaurs. Every bird you see, from the sparrow at your window to the eagle overhead, is a dinosaur. Not descended from dinosaurs. Actually, taxonomically, a dinosaur. When the asteroid struck 66 million years ago and ended the age of the great reptiles, Not all dinosaurs perished. The lineage of small, feathered theropods that had already developed flight survived and diversified into the more than 10,000 bird species we know today. Features we associate with dinosaurs, hollow bones, egg-laying, certain bone structures, remain visible in modern birds. The wishbone you might pull at a holiday meal is a dinosaur bone. The same basic body plan that once allowed raptors to chase prey through Cretaceous forests now powers hummingbirds and penguins. In a very real sense, the age of dinosaurs never ended. It continues in every chirp and song, every nest and migration, a living legacy that fills our skies with the descendants of ancient giants. Some birds navigate using the Earth's magnetic field. Birds that migrate thousands of kilometers each year face a navigational challenge that would humble most human explorers. Many species have evolved the ability to sense the Earth's magnetic field, using it as an internal compass to guide their journeys. Scientists believe this magnetoreception may involve special molecules in the birds' eyes that react to magnetic fields, allowing them to literally see the direction of magnetic north overlaid on their vision. Combined with the ability to navigate by the sun, stars, and landmarks, this magnetic sense helps birds find their way across featureless oceans and unfamiliar terrain. European robins, Arctic terns, and many songbirds rely on these invisible lines of force to complete migrations that span continents. The next time you see a flock of birds heading south for winter, consider that they carry within them a compass as old as the Earth itself. The Arctic tern migrates from pole to pole every year. No animal on Earth travels farther in a single year than the Arctic tern. These small, graceful birds breed in the Arctic during the northern summer, then fly all the way to the Antarctic to enjoy the southern summer, only to return again the following year. The round trip covers roughly 70,000 kilometers, and over a lifetime of 30 years or more, an Arctic tern may fly the equivalent of 3 trips to the moon and back. They follow a winding route that takes advantage of global wind patterns, rarely flying in a straight line. This journey ensures they experience more daylight than any other creature, living in nearly perpetual summer as they chase the sun from pole to pole. The Arctic tern's migration is a testament to the extraordinary endurance of small bodies powered by instinct, fat reserves, and an unyielding drive to follow the light. Hummingbird hearts can beat over 1,000 times per minute. Hummingbirds are the athletes of the bird world, their tiny bodies performing feats of speed and endurance that seem almost impossible. Their wings beat up to 80 times per second, producing the humming sound that gives them their name. To power this constant motion, their hearts race at over 1,000 beats per minute during flight, the fastest of any vertebrate. Their metabolism is so intense that they must eat constantly, visiting hundreds of flowers each day to consume their body weight in nectar. At night, when feeding is impossible, many hummingbirds enter torpor, a state of reduced metabolism where their heart rate can drop to just 50 beats per minute, conserving precious energy until dawn. These jewel-like birds live on the edge of what is physiologically possible, their lives a constant negotiation between the energy they spend and the energy they find. Some birds can sleep while flying. Long-distance migrants face a problem: how to rest when crossing vast oceans with no place to land. Some birds have evolved a remarkable solution: unihemispheric sleep, in which one half of the brain sleeps, while the other remains awake and alert. Frigate birds have been recorded sleeping this way while soaring over the ocean, keeping one eye open to maintain their flight path and watch for obstacles. Swifts may spend months in continuous flight, eating, drinking, and sleeping entirely on the wing. Even domestic ducks sleeping at the edge of a group will keep one eye open, watching for predators while resting. This ability to split sleep between brain hemispheres allows birds to balance the need for rest with the demands of flight, proving once again that evolution finds creative solutions to seemingly impossible challenges. Albatrosses can glide for hours without flapping their wings. The albatross is built for effortless travel across the world's wildest oceans. With wingspans reaching over 3 meters, these masters of the wind use a technique called dynamic soaring, riding the differences in wind speed between wave troughs and crests to gain energy without flapping. An albatross can cover hundreds of kilometers in a single day, barely moving its wings, its heart rate during flight only slightly higher than when resting. Some albatrosses circumnavigate the globe, their journeys measured in years rather than seasons. They come to land only to breed, spending the rest of their lives in the air or on the water. The albatross embodies a kind of freedom most of us can only imagine, a life spent riding the wind across endless horizons, a master of a realm that few creatures dare to enter. Crows can recognize and remember individual human faces. Crows are among the most intelligent animals on Earth, and their memory for faces is remarkable. Studies have shown that crows can remember a human who has threatened or mistreated them for years, and they will react with alarm calls and mobbing behavior whenever that person appears. More impressively, they seem to communicate this information to other crows, who will also treat the threatening human with caution, even if they never witnessed the original incident themselves. This social learning allows crow populations to build collective knowledge about potential dangers. Crows have also been observed using tools, solving multi-step puzzles, and even leaving gifts for humans who regularly feed them. Their intelligence challenges our assumptions about the gap between human minds and animal minds, reminding us that thinking creatures come in many forms, some of them cloaked in black feathers. The lyrebird can mimic chainsaws, car alarms, and camera shutters. In the forests of Australia, the male lyrebird performs one of nature's most astonishing vocal displays. Hoping to attract a mate, he produces an elaborate song that includes not only the calls of other birds, but also an incredible range of environmental sounds. Lyrebirds have been recorded mimicking chainsaws, camera shutters, car alarms, crying babies, and even the sound of loggers and their equipment. Each male incorporates the sounds of his particular environment, so lyrebirds near construction sites sound different from those deep in the wilderness. This ability to copy sounds with near-perfect accuracy is unmatched in the animal kingdom. The lyrebird's syrinx, the vocal organ of birds, is remarkably flexible, capable of producing multiple sounds simultaneously. In its song, the lyrebird weaves together the acoustic tapestry of its world, a living recorder of the forest's soundscape. Some birds perform elaborate dances to attract mates. From the moonwalking of the mannequin to the intricate ballet of the bird of paradise, courtship dances among birds are some of the most spectacular displays in nature. Males of many species have evolved complex routines that demonstrate their fitness, coordination, and creativity. The greater sage grouse inflates air sacs on its chest and struts before females. The blue-footed booby shows off its brightly colored feet in a high-stepping dance. The superb bird of paradise transforms its body into an alien-looking black disc with electric blue accents, bouncing in hypnotic patterns. These displays are shaped by generations of female choice, as females select the most impressive performers, driving the evolution of ever more elaborate routines. Each dance is a living artwork, refined over countless generations, a reminder that beauty and performance matter not just to humans, but to creatures throughout the living world. Penguins can drink salt water safely. Living in one of the harshest environments on Earth, penguins have adapted to drinking seawater when fresh water is unavailable. Special supraorbital glands located near their eyes filter out the excess salt, which is then expelled through their beaks or by sneezing. This allows penguins to stay hydrated even when ice is their only source of water, or when they spend extended periods at sea hunting for fish. The efficiency of this desalination system means penguins can focus their energy on swimming, feeding, and keeping warm in sub-zero temperatures. Similar salt glands are found in other seabirds, sea turtles, and marine iguanas, all of which face the same challenge of living in a salt-saturated world. For penguins, the sea that surrounds them is not just a hunting ground but also a drinking fountain, thanks to a small gland working quietly behind their eyes. Migrating birds fly in V formations to save energy. When geese, pelicans, and other large birds migrate across continents, they often arrange themselves in a distinctive V-shaped formation. This pattern is not random, but a precise aerodynamic strategy. Each bird flies slightly above and behind the bird in front, catching the upwash of air created by the leader's wingtips. This reduces the effort needed to stay aloft, allowing birds to fly farther on the same amount of energy. Studies have shown that birds in formation can reduce their energy expenditure by up to 25% compared to flying alone. The lead position is the most demanding, so birds take turns at the front, rotating back when they tire. The V formation is a lesson in cooperation, each bird benefiting from the efforts of those ahead, while contributing to those behind. Together, they travel distances that would exhaust any individual flying alone. Some insects have remained unchanged for hundreds of millions of years. Dragonflies patrolled the skies 300 million years ago, long before dinosaurs appeared, and the dragonflies we see today are remarkably similar to those ancient insects. Cockroaches have scurried through forests since the Carboniferous period, surviving every mass extinction that has reshaped life on Earth. Silverfish and certain beetles have also persisted with little change across immense stretches of time. Their success suggests that some body plans are so effective, so well adapted to their ecological niches, that evolution finds little reason to modify them. These living fossils offer us a window into the past, allowing us to glimpse ecosystems that vanished hundreds of millions of years ago. In their unchanged forms, they remind us that survival does not always require innovation. Sometimes, the best strategy is simply to keep doing what works. Fireflies synchronize their flashes across entire forests. In certain parts of Southeast Asia and even in the Great Smoky Mountains of Tennessee, fireflies gather by the thousands and begin to flash in perfect unison. The effect is hypnotic, entire hillsides blinking on and off in coordinated waves. Scientists believe this synchronization helps males attract females by creating a clear, recognizable signal amidst the visual noise of many individual flashes. The precise mechanism involves each firefly adjusting its rhythm based on the flashes of its neighbors, creating a cascade of coordination that spreads through the population. Synchronous fireflies have become a tourist attraction in some areas, drawing visitors who sit in the darkness watching nature's light show unfold. These tiny insects, each one acting on simple rules, create patterns of beauty and complexity that no single individual could produce alone. Monarch butterflies travel thousands of kilometers to migrate. Every autumn, millions of monarch butterflies leave their breeding grounds in Canada and the United States and fly up to 4,800 kilometers to their overwintering sites in the mountains of central Mexico. This migration is unique among insects. No single butterfly completes the entire journey both ways. Instead, the full generation flies south, overwinters, and then begins the return journey in spring. Along the way, several generations are born, live, reproduce, and die, each continuing the northward migration until the final generation reaches the northern breeding grounds. These butterflies have never visited Mexico before, yet they find the same forests their ancestors used, navigating by the sun and possibly the Earth's magnetic field. The monarch migration is a relay race across a continent, written into the genes of creatures weighing less than a gram. Some spiders use silk threads as parachutes to travel the sky. On warm, calm days, tiny spiders climb to exposed perches, raise their abdomens, and release long strands of silk into the air. The silk catches the breeze, lifting the spiders off their feet and carrying them into the sky. This behavior, called ballooning, allows spiders to travel enormous distances, sometimes hundreds of kilometers, dispersing to new habitats far from where they hatched. Ballooning spiders have been collected by aircraft at altitudes of several kilometers and have landed on ships far out at sea. Scientists have discovered that spiders can also detect and use electric fields in the atmosphere to help them take flight, riding invisible currents of charge as well as wind. For a creature without wings, ballooning is the next best thing to flight, a leap of faith into the unknown, carried out on threads finer than human hair. Spider silk is stronger than steel by weight. Pound for pound, spider silk is one of the strongest materials known to science. A strand of silk the same weight as a strand of steel can absorb far more energy before breaking, and it is also far more flexible, capable of stretching to several times its original length. Spiders produce different types of silk for different purposes, from the sticky spirals that trap prey to the dragline silk they use to repel and anchor their webs. Each type has unique properties, tuned by evolution for specific functions. Scientists have long sought to replicate spider silk for human use, envisioning bulletproof vests, surgical sutures, and ultralight aerospace materials. Though synthetic silk has proven difficult to produce at scale, the spider spins this marvel nightly, creating structures of engineering perfection with glands no larger than a grain of sand. Trapdoor spiders build camouflaged hinged homes underground. In warm climates around the world, trapdoor spiders construct burrows, sealed with hinged doors made of silk, soil, and plant material. These doors are so perfectly camouflaged that they are nearly invisible against the surrounding ground. The spider waits inside, sensitive legs resting against silk tripwires that radiate from the entrance. When an insect walks past, the spider feels the vibrations, flings open the door, and drags its prey inside in a fraction of a second. The ambush is so quick that prey rarely has time to react. Some trapdoor spiders reinforce their doors with hinges and latches, holding them closed against predators that might try to pry them open. These burrows can be used for years, even decades, the spider maintaining and repairing its hidden home in the darkness below. It is a life of patient waiting, punctuated by moments of explosive action. Certain wasps turn other insects into obedient zombies. The emerald cockroach wasp of Africa and Asia has evolved one of the most disturbing hunting strategies in the animal kingdom. When it encounters a cockroach, it delivers a precise sting directly into the roach's brain, injecting venom that does not kill, but instead neutralizes the roach's will to escape. The wasp then leads the docile, zombified cockroach to its burrow by its antenna, as if walking a dog on a leash. Inside the burrow, the wasp lays an egg on the roach's body. When the larva hatches, it feeds on the still living roach, eventually killing it and pupating inside the carcass. Other parasitoid wasps manipulate their hosts in different ways, causing caterpillars to guard wasp cocoons or spiders to weave unusual protective webs. These manipulations reveal how precisely parasites can rewire their hosts' nervous systems turning victims into unwitting servants. Honeybees communicate locations through dance. When a honeybee scout discovers a rich source of nectar, she returns to the hive and performs a remarkable behavior, a waggle dance that tells her nestmates exactly where to find the food. The angle of the dance relative to the sun indicates the direction to fly. The length of the waggle run indicates the distance. The intensity of the dance reflects the quality of the source. Other bees watch closely, then fly out and find the location with remarkable accuracy. This symbolic communication, the ability to convey abstract information through movement, was once thought to be unique to humans. Carl von Frisch decoded the bee dance in the mid-20th century and received a Nobel Prize for his work. Bees have been dancing directions to each other for millions of years, a language as old as the flowering plants that sustain them. Some water insects can walk on the surface without sinking. Water striders, pond skaters, and certain other insects have evolved the ability to walk on water. Their legs are covered with thousands of microscopic hairs that trap air, creating a surface that repels water. The insect's weight is distributed across its long legs, allowing it to rest on the water's surface tension without breaking through. Water striders can move swiftly across ponds and streams, hunting smaller insects and detecting vibrations that ripple across the surface. Some species can even jump and land without sinking. This exploitation of surface tension is a marvel of physics and biology, allowing creatures with no flotation devices to live on the interface between air and water. They occupy a niche that few other animals can reach, skating across the world in a dimension all their own. Some ants have been farming fungi underground for millions of years. Long before humans invented agriculture, leafcutter ants were already farming. These ants do not eat the leaves they harvest. Instead, they carry leaf fragments back to their underground nests, where they chew them into a mulch that feeds a special fungus. The fungus grows in vast gardens tended by workers, who weed out competing molds, regulate temperature and humidity, and fertilize their crops with their own waste. In return, the fungus produces nutrient-rich structures that the ants eat. This partnership has existed for at least 50 million years, longer than human civilization has existed by a factor of 10,000. The ants have domesticated their crops so completely that the fungus can no longer survive without them. It is a mutualism of total dependence, a farming system refined over geological time to a perfection that industrial agriculture still struggles to match. Leafcutter ant colonies can grow as large as cities. A mature leafcutter ant colony can contain 8 million individuals spread across thousands of chambers, connected by kilometers of tunnels. The excavation work required to build such a colony moves tons of soil, creating underground complexes that rival small cities in complexity. Different chambers serve different purposes: nurseries for raising larvae, gardens for growing fungus, waste dumps for refuse, and highways for transporting materials. The queen, the colony's reproductive heart, may live for over 15 years, producing millions of eggs during her lifetime. Workers are divided into castes based on size, with larger ants defending the colony, while smaller ones tend the gardens and nurse the young. The coordination required to run such a society without any central planning, relying entirely on chemical signals and individual decision-making, remains one of the great mysteries of social behavior. Termite mounds have built-in natural air conditioning. The towering mounds of African and Australian termites are engineering marvels, designed to maintain stable internal temperatures, despite extreme fluctuations outside. Some mounds rise several meters tall, their walls honeycombed with tunnels and chambers that channel airflow through the structure. As the sun heats the mound, warm air rises through central chimneys, while cooler air is drawn in through lower passages, creating a circulation system that regulates temperature and refreshes the air. Some termite species cultivate fungus gardens, just like leafcutter ants, and the ventilation system is essential for controlling the humidity these gardens require. Architects have studied termite mounds for inspiration, applying similar principles to design energy-efficient buildings. In their blind, methodical way, termites have solved problems of climate control that challenge human engineers, using nothing more than saliva, soil, and millions of years of trial and error. The pistol shrimp creates bubbles hotter than the surface of the sun. The pistol shrimp, barely a few centimeters long, possesses one of the most powerful weapons in the animal kingdom. One of its claws is dramatically oversized and can snap shut so rapidly that it creates a collapsing cavitation bubble. As this bubble collapses, it generates a shockwave that stuns or kills small prey, temperatures briefly exceeding those on the surface of the sun, and a flash of light called sonoluminescence. The sound of the snap is one of the loudest in the ocean, rivaling even the calls of great whales. Colonies of pistol shrimp create a constant crackling background noise that can interfere with naval sonar. This tiny creature has weaponized physics, creating conditions that should be impossible for biology to produce. The pistol shrimp reminds us that power is not a matter of size but of mechanism, and nature has engineered mechanisms we are only beginning to understand. The mantis shrimp sees more colors than any other animal. Human eyes contain 3 types of color receptors, allowing us to see a range of colors from red to violet. The mantis shrimp has 16 types of color receptors. Its vision extends into the ultraviolet and infrared, perceiving colors we cannot even imagine. Their eyes can detect polarized light, see in 10 different planes simultaneously, and move independently like those of a chameleon. This extraordinary visual system may help mantis shrimp navigate complex coral reef environments, communicate with each other through color patterns invisible to other species, and detect prey with precision. Each eye can calculate depth on its own, giving the mantis shrimp trinocular vision. Scientists are still working to understand exactly what the mantis shrimp perceives with this equipment. What does the world look like when you can see 16 colors instead of 3? We may never know, but the mantis shrimp lives in that rainbow every day. The mantis shrimp punches with the force of a bullet. Beyond its extraordinary vision, the mantis shrimp possesses a striking mechanism that has earned it the title of the fastest punch in the animal kingdom. Its specialized forelimbs can accelerate faster than a bullet fired from a gun, reaching speeds of over 80 kilometers per hour in just milliseconds. The strike is so fast that it creates cavitation bubbles similar to those of the pistol shrimp, generating a secondary shockwave that can stun prey even if the initial punch misses. Mantis shrimp can shatter aquarium glass and crack open the shells of crabs and snails with ease. Their clubs are made of a remarkable material, a composite of minerals and chitin that can absorb tremendous forces without fracturing. Engineers have studied this structure, hoping to create impact-resistant materials for human use. The mantis shrimp is a boxer and an engineer, armed with weapons refined over 400 million years of evolution. Electric eels can deliver shocks strong enough to stun a horse. Despite their name, electric eels are not true eels, but rather a species of knifefish native to the rivers of South America. Their bodies contain specialized cells called electrocytes, which can generate electrical discharges of up to 860 volts. This is enough to stun large prey, deter predators, and even cause a horse to collapse if it steps too close in the water. Electric eels use lower voltage pulses for navigation and communication, sensing their environment through the electrical fields they generate. When hunting, they curl around their prey to deliver maximum shock. Recent research has shown that electric eels can leap from the water to press their heads against threats, delivering shocks directly and with even greater intensity. These living batteries represent one of nature's most remarkable adaptations, turning chemistry into electricity in a way that parallels human technology. Some fish use electricity to communicate in murky waters. In the murky waters of African and South American rivers, where vision is nearly useless, several species of fish have evolved electric senses. Weakly electric fish generate constant electric fields around their bodies using modified muscle cells. Any object that enters this field distorts it, allowing the fish to detect obstacles, prey, and predators in complete darkness. Beyond navigation, these electric fields serve as a language. Each individual produces a unique electric signature, and fish can recognize each other, establish dominance, and court mates through electrical signals. The communication is rapid and complex, with fish modulating their discharges in ways analogous to speech. In waters too dark for light, electricity becomes the medium of perception and expression, a sixth sense that opens worlds invisible to creatures who rely on eyes alone. Some squid can turn almost completely invisible. In the open ocean, where there is no place to hide, the glass squid has evolved near total transparency. Its body is almost completely see-through, with only its eyes and a few internal organs visible. By becoming invisible, it avoids detection by predators hunting by sight. Other cephalopods use different strategies for invisibility. Some deep-sea squid can control the bioluminescent cells on their undersides to match the light filtering down from above, erasing their silhouettes when viewed from below. This counter-illumination camouflage requires precise control of light output and represents one of the most sophisticated forms of active camouflage in nature. The squid's invisibility is not magic but engineering, a solution to the problem of surviving in a world where being seen means being eaten. Horseshoe crabs have blue blood and are older than dinosaurs. Despite their name, horseshoe crabs are not crabs at all, but are more closely related to spiders and scorpions. These ancient creatures have existed for over 450 million years, predating the dinosaurs by more than 200 million years. Their blood is blue, colored by copper-based hemocyanin rather than iron-based hemoglobin. This blood contains a remarkable substance called limulus amoebocyte lysate, which clots in the presence of bacterial toxins. The medical industry harvests horseshoe crab blood to test the sterility of vaccines, surgical implants, and injectable drugs. A liter of this blood can be worth over $10,000. Despite their importance to medicine, horseshoe crab populations face pressure from overharvesting and habitat loss. These living fossils, nearly unchanged since before the age of reptiles, carry within them a chemistry that helps keep modern medicine safe. Giant isopods survive in the deep sea by eating almost nothing. In the cold, dark depths of the ocean live creatures that look like enormous woodlice or pillbugs. Giant isopods can grow to over 40 centimeters in length, dwarfing their terrestrial relatives. They inhabit the ocean floor at depths of over 2,000 meters, where food is scarce and temperatures hover just above freezing. To survive in this environment, giant isopods have evolved remarkably slow metabolisms. They can go years without eating, waiting patiently for the carcasses of dead whales, fish, or squid to drift down from above. When food does arrive, they gorge themselves, storing enough energy to last until the next meal appears. Their large size may help them endure long fasts and the crushing pressures of the deep. Giant isopods are patient scavengers, living proof that life can persist even in the most impoverished environments. Millions of red crabs migrate across Christmas Island each year. Every year, at the start of the wet season, Christmas Island in the Indian Ocean witnesses one of nature's most spectacular migrations. Over 40 million red crabs emerge from the forest and march toward the coast to breed. The island's roads become rivers of crimson as crabs pour over every surface, climbing walls, crossing bridges, and filling drainage tunnels. Authorities close roads and build special crab bridges to help them cross safely. The crabs mate near the shore, and females release their eggs into the ocean before returning to the forest. The journey can take weeks, and many crabs perish along the way from exhaustion, dehydration, or traffic. Yet enough survive to produce the next generation, which will repeat this ancient ritual when they mature. The Christmas Island crab migration is a reminder that even small creatures can transform a landscape when they move together. Decorator crabs cover themselves with living sponges and anemones. Decorator crabs are the camouflage artists of the seafloor. They deliberately attach pieces of seaweed, sponges, anemones, and other materials to hook-like structures on their shells. This living disguise helps them blend into their surroundings, avoiding detection by predators like octopuses and fish. Some decorator crabs choose materials that are toxic or distasteful, adding chemical defense to their visual concealment. The crabs carefully tend their decorations, rearranging them as they grow and replacing pieces that fall off. When they molt and shed their old shells, they painstakingly transfer decorations to their new exoskeletons, or start collecting fresh materials immediately. This behavior demonstrates a level of intentionality and awareness of appearance that is remarkable in a creature we might dismiss as simple. The decorator crab is both fashion designer and performance artist, dressing for survival in a dangerous world. Hermit crabs form orderly lines to trade shells. Hermit crabs live in borrowed shells, typically those left behind by dead snails. As they grow, they must find larger shells, and suitable shells can be scarce. When a desirable shell appears, something remarkable happens. Hermit crabs gather around it, forming an orderly line from largest to smallest. The largest crab claims the new shell, leaving its old shell behind for the next in line. That crab then moves into its new shell, leaving another vacancy for the next, and so on down the line in a cascade of trades called a vacancy chain. In minutes, multiple crabs have upgraded their homes, all because one good shell became available. This cooperative behavior, emerging from simple individual decisions, solves a resource allocation problem with elegant efficiency. Hermit crabs have discovered something like an economy, a social system for trading goods that benefits all participants. Some worms glow bright green in the ocean. The Chaetopterus worm, also known as the parchment tube worm, produces a bright blue-green bioluminescent mucus when disturbed. Living in U-shaped tubes buried in the sea floor, these worms pump water through their tubes and filter out food particles. When a predator threatens, the worm releases clouds of glowing slime, confusing attackers and providing a chance for escape. The glow can last for several minutes and is bright enough to illuminate the surrounding area. Scientists have extracted the glowing compound from these worms and used it in medical research as a biological marker. Other marine worms produce bioluminescence in different colors and patterns, some using it for defense, others possibly for attracting mates or prey. In the darkness of the ocean, light is a language with many dialects, and the glowing worm has learned to speak it fluently. Elephants can detect storms from hundreds of kilometers away. Elephants possess hearing abilities that extend into the infrasonic range, detecting sounds too low in frequency for human ears. This allows them to sense the low-frequency rumbles produced by distant thunderstorms, sometimes from over 200 kilometers away. Scientists believe elephants also detect seismic vibrations through their feet, feeling the ground tremors produced by storms, earthquakes, and even the footsteps of other elephants many kilometers distant. This ability helps elephant herds navigate toward water during droughts, arriving at waterholes replenished by storms they heard approaching days in advance. Their low-frequency vocalizations also travel vast distances, allowing separated family members to stay in contact across the African savanna. The elephant's world is filled with sounds we cannot hear, a hidden acoustic landscape that guides their movements and shapes their societies. The ancestors of horses were once the size of small dogs. 55 million years ago, the forests of North America were home to Eohippus, an animal about the size of a fox terrier. This small creature, with multiple toes on each foot, was the ancestor of all modern horses. Over tens of millions of years, as forests gave way to grasslands, horses evolved to become larger, faster, and more specialized for running. Their multiple toes gradually fused into a single hoof, providing speed and efficiency on hard ground. Their teeth changed to handle tough grasses instead of soft leaves. The fossil record of horse evolution is one of the most complete of any animal, showing in remarkable detail how environmental change drives physical transformation. Every time you see a horse galloping across a field, you are watching the latest chapter in an epic 55 million years in the making. Some bats navigate using patterns of polarized light. While most bats are famous for echolocation, some species have an additional navigational tool, the ability to see polarized light. At sunset, light from the sun becomes polarized in patterns across the sky that depend on the sun's position. Bats that emerge at dusk can use these patterns to calibrate their internal compasses, establishing direction before the stars appear. This ability is especially useful during the brief twilight period, when the sun is below the horizon, but the sky still carries its polarization signature. Combined with echolocation, magnetic sense, and memory of landmarks, polarized light vision gives bats a multisensory navigation system that allows them to range widely in search of food and return accurately to their roosts. The bat's world is woven from threads of sound, light, and magnetism, a sensory tapestry richer than most humans imagine. Dolphins sleep with one half of their brain at a time. Like many marine mammals and birds, dolphins have evolved the ability to sleep with only one hemisphere of their brain at a time. This unihemispheric sleep allows them to keep swimming, surfacing to breathe, and watching for predators even while resting. One eye stays open, connected to the wakeful hemisphere, while the other closes as that half of the brain sleeps. After an hour or two, the dolphin switches sides, resting the other hemisphere. Mother dolphins and their calves may stay awake for weeks after birth, gradually increasing their sleep time as the calf gains strength. This adaptation is essential for air-breathing animals that spend their entire lives underwater. The ocean offers no bed, no safe shelter where a dolphin could afford to become completely unconscious. Sleep, for a dolphin, is a compromise between the body's need for rest and the sea's demand for constant vigilance. Naked mole rats are immune to cancer. Naked mole rats, the wrinkled, nearly hairless rodents of East African underground colonies, have baffled scientists with their apparent immunity to cancer. Despite living for over 30 years, an extraordinarily long lifespan for rodents their size, they almost never develop tumors. Researchers have discovered that their cells produce a unique form of hyaluronan, a sugary molecule that prevents cells from crowding together and becoming cancerous. Their cells also have extremely sensitive growth controls, stopping division at the first hint of abnormality. Naked mole rats are also resistant to pain from acid and heat, tolerate low oxygen levels that would kill other mammals, and live in eusocial colonies more like ants than mice. Their biology offers clues that may one day help humans fight cancer and extend healthy lifespans. In the darkness of their tunnels, these strange creatures carry secrets we are only beginning to unlock. Dolphin brains are larger and more complex than human brains. The bottlenose dolphin has a brain that weighs about 1,700 grams, slightly larger than the average human brain. More remarkably, the dolphin brain has more folds and convolutions in its cortex than the human brain, suggesting enormous processing capacity. Dolphins possess a highly developed limbic system, the region associated with emotion and social behavior. This may explain their complex social lives, their apparent capacity for empathy, and their sophisticated communication systems. Dolphins are one of the few animals that can recognize themselves in mirrors, a test of self-awareness that most species fail. They also show signs of cultural learning, with different populations developing distinct hunting techniques and vocal traditions. The dolphin brain evolved along a completely different path from the primate brain, yet arrived at many similar capabilities. In the ocean, another form of intelligence has emerged, shaped by water instead of land. Elephants never forget, because their brains are built for memory. The elephant brain weighs about 5 kilograms, the largest of any land animal, and its temporal lobes, the regions associated with memory, are exceptionally well developed. Elephants can remember the locations of water sources across vast territories and recall them decades later during droughts. They recognize hundreds of individuals, both elephants and humans, and remember relationships formed years in the past. Matriarchs lead their herds based on accumulated knowledge of danger, food sources, and social networks. Elephants have been observed visiting the bones of deceased family members years after death, suggesting long-term memory of individuals who have passed. This extraordinary memory is not merely a biological curiosity. It is essential to elephant survival in unpredictable environments. Their brains are archives of experience, libraries of knowledge that guide their families through challenges across generations. Chimpanzees use tools and pass knowledge to the next generation. Chimpanzees are our closest living relatives, sharing over 98% of our DNA. They have been observed using a remarkable variety of tools: sticks to extract termites from mounds, stones to crack open nuts, leaves as sponges to soak up drinking water, and spears to hunt smaller primates. What makes this even more remarkable is that different chimpanzee populations have developed different tool traditions. A technique used in one forest may be unknown in another just a few hundred kilometers away. Young chimpanzees learn these skills by watching their mothers for years, a form of cultural transmission that was once thought unique to humans. Chimpanzee societies pass knowledge across generations, building traditions that persist long after the individuals who invented them have died. In the forests of Africa, our closest cousins remind us that culture did not begin with humanity. Some monkeys have a sense of fairness and reject unequal treatment. In a famous experiment, capuchin monkeys were trained to exchange pebbles for food. When two monkeys sat side by side, and one received a grape, while the other got only a cucumber for the same task, the cucumber monkey often refused to continue, sometimes throwing the cucumber back at the researcher. This reaction suggests that monkeys have an innate sense of fairness and can recognize when they are being treated unjustly compared to their peers. Similar responses have been observed in chimpanzees and other primates. This sense of inequity aversion may be a building block of the more complex moral systems that humans have developed. The monkey's outrage at receiving a lesser reward hints at deep evolutionary roots for concepts like justice and equality that we consider uniquely human. Gorillas can learn sign language and express emotions. Coco, a western lowland gorilla, learned over 1,000 signs of American Sign Language and understood approximately 2,000 words of spoken English. She used signs to express her feelings, make requests, and even create new compound words for things she had not been taught. When her pet kitten died, Coco signed words associated with sadness and crying. She engaged in pretend play, told lies, and made jokes. While debates continue about the extent of great ape language abilities, Coco's case demonstrated that the gap between human and animal communication may be smaller than once believed. Gorillas and other great apes possess the cognitive hardware for symbolic communication. They simply lack the vocal apparatus to produce speech. Given a visual language, they reveal minds far richer than their silence suggests. Orangutans plan for the future and make tools in advance. Orangutans in the wild and in captivity have demonstrated the ability to plan ahead, selecting and saving tools for future use. In one experiment, orangutans chose a tool they would need the next day to retrieve a reward, holding onto it overnight. This ability to anticipate future needs and act accordingly was once considered a uniquely human trait. In the forests of Borneo and Sumatra, orangutans construct elaborate sleeping nests each night, sometimes adding roofs when rain is expected. They remember the locations of hundreds of fruit trees and track their ripening cycles over years. These solitary great apes, spending most of their lives high in the canopy, possess a mental life far more complex than their quiet demeanor suggests. They live not only in the present but in the future, making plans that only a thinking mind could form. Japanese macaques bathe in hot springs and teach the habit to their young. In the mountains of Japan, troops of snow monkeys have learned to soak in natural hot springs during the cold winter months. This behavior was first observed in the 1960s when a young female began bathing and others copied her. Over generations, the practice has spread throughout the troop and become a cultural tradition. Young macaques learn by watching their mothers and older group members. The monkeys have even developed social hierarchies around spring access, with dominant individuals claiming the best spots. This cultural learning, the transmission of new behaviors across generations, is a hallmark of primate intelligence. The snow monkeys relaxing in steaming pools amid falling snowflakes offer a striking image of adaptation and learning, creatures who discovered comfort and taught their children how to find it. Trees communicate through underground fungal networks. Beneath the forest floor lies a hidden network of communication. Fungal threads called mycorrhizae connect the roots of trees, creating what scientists have dubbed the wood wide web. Through this network, trees can share water, nutrients, and chemical signals. A dying tree may release its resources to its neighbors. A mother tree can recognize her own seedlings and send them extra carbon. Trees under attack by insects may send warning signals that prompt their neighbors to produce defensive chemicals. This cooperation challenges the popular image of forests as battlegrounds of competition. Instead, forests appear to function more like communities, with older trees nurturing younger ones and resources flowing to those in need. The fungi benefit as well, receiving sugars from the trees in exchange for their networking services. What seems like silence in a forest is actually constant conversation, conducted through channels invisible to human eyes. Plants can release chemical warnings to their neighbors. When a plant is attacked by herbivores, it often releases volatile organic compounds into the air. Nearby plants detect these chemicals and respond by ramping up their own defenses before the attack reaches them. Some plants produce toxins. Others become less nutritious or more difficult to digest. In some cases, the warning chemicals attract predators of the attacking herbivores, calling in reinforcements from above. This chemical signaling happens quickly, allowing plants to respond to threats they have not yet directly experienced. The phenomenon has been documented in species ranging from wild tobacco to tomato plants to acacia trees in the African savanna. Plants, it turns out, are not as passive as they appear. They perceive their environment, communicate with each other, and mount sophisticated defenses, all without a brain or nervous system. The Venus flytrap can count its prey's movements. The Venus flytrap, native to a small region of the southeastern United States, is one of the few plants capable of rapid movement and something that resembles counting. When an insect touches the sensitive trigger hairs inside the trap, the plant does not snap shut immediately. It waits for a second touch within about 20 seconds, confirming that the stimulus is likely living prey rather than a piece of debris. Once the trap closes and the insect struggles, additional touches trigger the release of digestive enzymes. The plant adjusts its response based on the size and activity of the prey, producing more enzymes for larger meals. This counting ability and conditional response suggest a level of information processing that challenges our assumptions about plant awareness. The Venus flytrap is a carnivore, a counter, and a reminder that intelligence takes many forms. Some plants can remember past experiences. Mimosa pudica, the sensitive plant, famously folds its leaves when touched. But researchers have discovered that it can learn to ignore harmless disturbances. When mimosa plants were repeatedly dropped in a way that did not damage them, they stopped folding their leaves in response, having learned the stimulus was harmless. This memory persisted for weeks, even when the plants were placed in different conditions. Without neurons, without a brain, the plant somehow retained information and changed its behavior accordingly. How plants store and retrieve memories remains a mystery, but evidence is mounting that they are far more responsive and adaptive than once believed. Memory is not unique to creatures with brains. It is a fundamental property of life, expressed in whatever medium is available. Bamboo can grow nearly a meter in a single day. Bamboo holds the record for the fastest growing plant on Earth. Some species can grow up to 91 centimeters in a single 24-hour period. This astonishing speed is possible because all the cells in a bamboo shoot are present from the beginning, ready to elongate simultaneously. Unlike trees, which grow by adding new layers of tissue at their tips, bamboo shoots stretch out all at once, like a telescope extending. This rapid growth allows bamboo to colonize disturbed areas quickly, outcompeting other plants for light and space. Bamboo is also remarkably strong and flexible, used for everything from building materials to musical instruments. After years of growth, many bamboo species flower together in synchronized events that span entire continents, then die. These mass flowering events remain poorly understood, another mystery in the life of a plant that seems to live in fast forward. The Titan arum produces the world's largest flower. The Titan arum of Sumatra produces a flower structure that can reach over 3 meters in height, the largest unbranched inflorescence in the plant kingdom. But its claim to fame is not just size. When the Titan arum blooms, it releases a stench so powerful that it has earned the nickname corpse flower. The smell of rotting flesh attracts carrion beetles and flesh flies, which act as pollinators. The plant heats itself to nearly human body temperature, helping the foul odor spread further through the forest. A Titan arum may wait 7 to 10 years between flowerings, storing energy in an underground calm until the moment is right. When it finally blooms, the event lasts only a day or two, creating a sense of urgency that draws human visitors as well. It is a plant built for spectacle, a once-in-a-decade explosion of size, heat, and stink. Some orchids trick insects by imitating the scent of mates. Many orchids have evolved elaborate deceptions to ensure pollination. Some produce flowers that mimic the appearance and scent of female insects, so convincingly that males attempt to mate with them. In doing so, the deceived males pick up pollen and carry it to the next flower. The orchids produce pheromones that exactly match those of their target species, and the visual resemblance can include fake eyes, wings, and antennae. This sexual deception is so effective that some insect populations spend more time pursuing flowers than actual mates. The orchids benefit without providing any nectar or reward, exploiting the insects' instincts for their own reproduction. It is a form of manipulation that borders on parasitism, a beautiful flower built on an elaborate lie. The relationship between orchids and their pollinators shows how evolution can produce partnerships that are one-sided, where only one party gains. The corpse flower smells like rotting flesh to attract pollinators. Several unrelated plants have independently evolved the strategy of smelling like death. The Rafflesia, a parasitic plant of Southeast Asian rainforests, produces the largest single flower in the world, up to 1 meter across, and stinks of decaying flesh. Like the Titan arum, it attracts carrion beetles and flies that normally seek out dead animals. The flower's deep red color and fleshy texture add to the disguise. The Rafflesia has no leaves, stems, or roots of its own, living entirely within the tissues of a host vine and emerging only to bloom. This extreme specialization makes it vulnerable to habitat loss, as it cannot survive without its specific host and pollinators. The corpse flower is a marvel of evolutionary convergence, proof that nature repeatedly discovers the same solutions to the problem of attracting certain kinds of helpers. Some seeds can remain dormant for thousands of years. Seeds are survival capsules, designed to wait for the right conditions before germinating. Some wait longer than others. In 2012, Russian scientists germinated seeds from a narrow-leafed campion plant that had been buried in Siberian permafrost for over 30,000 years. The seeds, preserved in the frozen burrow of an ancient squirrel, grew into healthy plants that flowered and produced their own seeds. Date palm seeds from 2,000-year-old archaeological sites in Israel have also been successfully germinated. These ancient seeds remind us that life can persist in suspended animation for vast stretches of time, waiting for conditions that may not come for centuries or millennia. A seed is a time capsule, carrying the genetic information of its parent across ages, ready to spring to life when the moment is finally right. Mangrove trees can filter salt directly from seawater. Mangrove forests grow in the challenging zone between land and sea, their roots submerged in salty water that would kill most plants. Mangroves have evolved several strategies to cope with this salinity. Some filter salt at their roots, excluding it before it can enter their tissues. Others take in salt water, and then excrete the salt through special glands in their leaves. Still others concentrate salt in older leaves, which are then shed, taking the toxin with them. These adaptations allow mangroves to thrive, where few other trees can survive. Mangrove forests provide critical habitat for juvenile fish, protect coastlines from storms and erosion, and store vast amounts of carbon. They are engineers of the shoreline, building and stabilizing ecosystems at the boundary between two worlds. Certain grasses survive wildfires by sprouting from underground roots. Fire is a natural part of many grassland and savanna ecosystems, and many grasses have evolved not just to survive fire but to thrive because of it. Their growing points are located underground or at ground level, protected from flames that sweep through above-ground vegetation. After a fire, grasses quickly resprout from these protected tissues, often outcompeting trees and shrubs whose above-ground parts were killed. Some grasses even encourage fire, producing dry, flammable material that carries flames easily. By promoting fire, they create conditions favorable to their own growth and unfavorable to their competitors. This relationship between grasses and fire has shaped landscapes across the world, from the African savanna to the American prairies. Grasses are survivors, warriors that have turned destruction into a competitive advantage. A single fungus in Oregon covers nearly 10 square kilometers. In the Blue Mountains of Oregon, a honey fungus named Armillaria ostoyi has spread through the soil to become the largest known organism on Earth. Its network of black, root-like structures called rhizomorphs extends across nearly 10 square kilometers, linking thousands of infected trees. The fungus is estimated to be between 2,000 and 8,000 years old, growing slowly through the forest, killing trees as it spreads. From above, its presence is visible only as patches of dying conifers. Below ground, it is a single continuous organism, sharing nutrients and genetic identity across its entire range. This humongous fungus challenges our definitions of individuality and size. What we see as separate trees infected by separate pathogens is actually one creature, eating its way through the forest at the pace of geological time. Lichens are partnerships between fungi and algae. Lichens are not single organisms but partnerships between at least two different life forms. A fungus provides structure and protection, while algae or cyanobacteria living within the fungal tissues produce food through photosynthesis. Some lichens include yeasts as a third partner. This symbiosis allows lichens to survive in environments too harsh for either partner alone, from Arctic tundra to bare rock surfaces to desert crusts. Lichens grow incredibly slowly, sometimes only a few millimeters per century, and some individuals may be thousands of years old. They are pioneers, often the first organisms to colonize bare rock after a volcanic eruption or glacier retreat. Over time, they break down stone and accumulate organic matter, paving the way for other plants to follow. Lichens remind us that cooperation can be as powerful a force in evolution as competition. Some algae survive by living inside rocks. In the driest deserts on Earth, from Antarctica to the Atacama, life hides inside porous rocks. Cryptoendolithic algae, cyanobacteria and fungi colonize the spaces within sandstone and limestone, protected from the extreme temperatures, drying winds, and intense ultraviolet radiation of the surface. Light filters through the translucent rock, allowing photosynthesis to occur just millimeters below the deadly exterior. These communities grow imperceptibly slowly, measured in geological timescales. They represent one of the extreme limits of life on Earth and offer clues about where life might survive on other planets. The surface of Mars, or the moons of the outer solar system, may seem sterile. But if life learned to hide inside rocks on Earth, it may have learned the same trick elsewhere. The stone itself becomes a sanctuary, a window and a shield. The oldest known living organism is more than 10,000 years old. A colony of seagrass in the Mediterranean Sea, a creosote bush in the Mojave Desert, and a clonal grove of quaking aspens in Utah are all contenders for the title of oldest living organism. The Pando Aspen Grove in Utah consists of genetically identical trees connected by a single root system, estimated to be at least 80,000 years old. Individual trees may die and regrow, but the organism persists. Similar long-lived clonal colonies exist in seagrasses and shrubs around the world. These organisms blur the line between individual and population, between life and immortality. They have survived ice ages, droughts, and every challenge their environments have thrown at them. Their longevity is not about any single part but about the system as a whole, endlessly renewing itself while remaining fundamentally the same. They are time travelers, living bridges connecting us to a world unimaginably distant in the past. Some trees can clone themselves across millennia. Many trees, including aspens, willows, and redwoods, can reproduce by sending up new shoots from their roots, creating genetic clones of themselves that may survive long after the original trunk has fallen. This vegetative reproduction allows individual genetic lineages to persist for thousands of years. The root systems of these trees spread underground, producing new trunks that look like separate trees but share the same DNA. In this way, a single organism can dominate an entire hillside, with hundreds of apparent individuals that are really one being. Cloning allows trees to colonize disturbed areas quickly, recover from fire and disease, and persist through conditions that would kill organisms relying solely on seeds. The continuity of the clone gives these trees a kind of immortality, an unbroken thread of life stretching across millennia. Some fish can survive weeks without any oxygen at all. The crucian carp and goldfish can survive for months in frozen ponds, where oxygen levels drop to zero. When deprived of oxygen, they switch to anaerobic metabolism, converting lactic acid into ethanol, which they excrete through their gills. This ability, unique among vertebrates, allows them to survive winters under ice when other fish would suffocate. The metabolic switch involves suppressing brain activity and slowing bodily functions to an absolute minimum. Spring thaw brings oxygen and a return to normal metabolism. This adaptation has made crucian carp one of the few fish capable of living in small, shallow ponds that freeze solid in winter. Their survival is a biochemical feat, turning what should be a death sentence into just another season to endure. The lungfish can hibernate in dried mud for years. African lungfish have solved the problem of seasonal droughts in a way that seems impossible. When their ponds dry up, they burrow into the mud, secrete a mucus cocoon around themselves, and enter a state of estivation, a kind of summer hibernation. Their metabolism slows to almost nothing, and they can remain buried for up to 4 years, waiting for the rains to return. When water finally fills their pools again, the lungfish emerge, resume breathing and feeding, and carry on as if nothing happened. This ability to survive desiccation for years on end makes lungfish one of the most resilient fish on Earth. They are living fossils, similar to ancestors that lived hundreds of millions of years ago, and they carry within them secrets of survival that modern medicine hopes to unlock. Some fish have both lungs and gills. Lungfish, as their name suggests, possess functional lungs in addition to gills. This dual respiratory system allows them to breathe air when their aquatic habitat becomes oxygen poor or dries up completely. The African lungfish will drown if held underwater indefinitely, because it relies primarily on its lungs for oxygen. Lungfish are thought to be among the closest living relatives of the first vertebrates that crawled onto land over 350 million years ago. Their fleshy, lobed fins contain bones that correspond to the limb bones of land vertebrates. In the lungfish, we see a snapshot of a critical transition in the history of life, the moment when fish began the long journey toward becoming amphibians, reptiles, mammals, and eventually us. They are living intermediates, showing what that ancient journey may have looked like. Some eels travel thousands of kilometers to spawn and die. European and American eels spend most of their lives in freshwater rivers and lakes, but when it comes time to reproduce, they undergo a remarkable transformation. Their bodies turn silver, their eyes enlarge, and their digestive systems shut down. Then they begin a journey of thousands of kilometers back to the Sargasso Sea in the Atlantic, where they were born. There, in the deep waters of the mid-ocean, they spawn and die. Their larvae drift on ocean currents for months or years before reaching coastal waters and transforming into juvenile eels that enter freshwater to begin the cycle again. No one has ever observed eels mating in the wild, and the Sargasso Sea spawning grounds were only recently confirmed. The eel's life cycle remains one of the great mysteries of biology, a secret kept by the Atlantic for millions of years. Life has recovered from 5 mass extinction events. Over the past 500 million years, life on Earth has faced 5 mass extinction events, catastrophes that wiped out the majority of species. The worst, the Permian-Triassic extinction 252 million years ago, killed over 90% of all species. Yet life recovered every time. After each extinction, the survivors diversified into the empty niches, evolving new forms and rebuilding ecosystems. The extinction of the dinosaurs opened the way for mammals to dominate. Earlier extinctions cleared the stage for other groups to rise. These recoveries took millions of years, but they demonstrate the remarkable resilience of life. As long as some species survive, the tree of life continues to branch and grow. The mass extinctions of the past are reminders that life is fragile in the short term, but tenacious over the long arc of geological time. There are more microbes in your body than human cells. Your body is not entirely your own. Bacteria, archaea, fungi and viruses colonize your skin, your gut, your mouth, and nearly every surface of your body. By some estimates, the number of microbial cells living in and on you equals or exceeds the number of your own human cells. The genes they carry outnumber your human genes by a factor of 100. This microbial community, your microbiome, is essential to your health. Gut bacteria help digest food, produce vitamins, train your immune system, and may even influence your mood and behavior. You were born sterile and acquired your first microbes during birth. Since then, you have been a walking ecosystem, a collection of organisms that depend on each other for survival. When you think of yourself, think of the trillions of tiny passengers along for the ride. The human body contains ancient viral genes. Embedded in your DNA are the remnants of ancient viral infections. Retroviruses, which insert their genetic material into the genomes of their hosts, have been infecting our ancestors for millions of years. Sometimes these insertions became permanent, passed down from parent to child across countless generations. Today, about 8% of the human genome consists of these endogenous retroviruses. Most are inactive, genetic fossils that no longer function. But some have been repurposed for beneficial roles. The gene for syncytin, essential for the development of the placenta, was originally a viral gene. Viruses that once invaded our ancestors now help us reproduce. Your genome is a palimpsest, a manuscript written over again and again, carrying within it the traces of countless ancient battles between your ancestors and the viruses that infected them. Your microbiome influences everything from mood to immunity. The bacteria in your gut do more than digest food. They produce neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, chemicals that influence mood and mental health. Studies have linked changes in gut bacteria to conditions ranging from depression to anxiety to autism. Your microbiome also trains your immune system, teaching it to distinguish between friend and foe. Children who grow up in overly sterile environments may develop immune disorders because their systems never learn to tolerate harmless microbes. Diet, antibiotics, stress, and exposure to other people all shape the composition of your microbial community. You are in constant negotiation with your microbes, and the balance between you determines much of your health and well-being. The next time you feel a certain way, consider that the feeling may be a collaboration between your brain and the microbes in your belly. Slime molds can solve mazes without a brain. Slime molds are neither plants, animals, nor fungi. They are single-celled organisms that can join together to form larger structures, and they display problem-solving abilities that seem impossible for creatures without nervous systems. When placed in a maze with food at the exit, a slime mold will explore all paths, then retract from dead ends and strengthen the connection along the shortest route to the food. When food sources are placed at positions matching the major cities around Tokyo, the slime mold forms a network remarkably similar to the Tokyo rail system. It is optimized for efficiency without a brain to guide it. Scientists have used slime molds to model traffic networks, disease spread, and communication systems. This brainless blob demonstrates that intelligence, in the sense of adaptive problem-solving, does not require neurons. It only requires the ability to sense, respond, and optimize. Octopuses can open jars and solve puzzles. Octopuses are among the most intelligent invertebrates on Earth. They can learn to open screw-top jars to retrieve food inside, navigate complex mazes, recognize individual humans, and even use tools. Their 8 arms contain 2/3 of their neurons, giving each arm a degree of independence and local decision-making. Octopuses have been observed carrying coconut shells for later use as shelters, squirting water at annoying lights, and escaping from aquarium tanks through remarkably small openings. Their intelligence is surprising because their evolutionary lineage separated from ours over 500 million years ago. They developed complex nervous systems independently, showing that intelligence can evolve in many forms. The octopus is an alien intelligence on our own planet, thinking in ways we do not fully understand, living in a world of touch and taste, where each arm explores independently. Elephants mourn their dead. When an elephant dies, other elephants in the herd display behaviors that suggest grief and mourning. They gather around the body, touching it with their trunks, sometimes attempting to lift it. They may stand vigil for hours or days, returning to the site long after the body has decomposed. Elephants have been observed carrying bones and tusks of dead relatives, sometimes for miles. They seem to recognize the remains of individuals they knew, paying more attention to the bones of family members than to those of strangers. This mourning behavior suggests an emotional complexity and awareness of death that was once thought unique to humans. Elephants live in close-knit social groups with strong bonds between individuals. The loss of a family member is not just a biological event, but a social and emotional upheaval. In their grief, we see something that feels remarkably like our own. Life on Earth is connected through an unbroken chain billions of years old. Every living thing on Earth today is part of a continuous chain of reproduction that stretches back nearly 4 billion years. From the first self-replicating molecules in the primordial soup to the humans reading these words, there has never been a break. Every organism alive today is descended from ancestors that successfully reproduced, generation after generation, across unimaginable spans of time. Asteroids fell, continents moved, climates shifted, and still the chain held. You are the temporary tip of a living thread that has never been cut. The cells in your body carry molecular machinery invented billions of years ago, passed down and refined, but never created anew. Life on Earth has been one continuous process, a single story told in DNA, branching but never breaking. When you breathe, eat and sleep, you participate in a tradition older than the mountains. Every living thing shares a common ancestor. All life on Earth, from bacteria to blue whales, from mushrooms to maple trees, shares a common ancestor. This last universal common ancestor, or LUCA, lived roughly 4 billion years ago, a simple cell from which all subsequent life descended. Evidence for this shared ancestry is written in every genome. The genetic code, the machinery of protein synthesis, and countless fundamental biochemical pathways are shared across all domains of life. We are cousins to every organism on the planet, separated only by varying degrees of evolutionary distance. A tree is a distant relative. A mushroom is family. Even the bacteria in your gut share ancestors with you. This interconnectedness is not poetry, but biochemistry. Life is one family, born from a single origin, diversified beyond imagination, but united by the code written in every cell. Extremophiles prove that life can exist in almost any condition. From boiling hot springs to freezing Antarctic ice, from the crushing depths of the ocean to the radioactive ruins of Chernobyl, life finds a way. Extremophiles, organisms that thrive in conditions once thought impossible for life, have expanded our understanding of where life can exist. Some microbes grow in acids strong enough to dissolve metal. Others survive in waters so salty that crystals form on their surfaces. Some live in rocks kilometers underground, drawing energy from chemical reactions with no connection to the sun. These discoveries have profound implications for the search for life beyond Earth. If life can thrive in such hostile environments here, perhaps it could survive on Mars, in the oceans of Europa, or in places we have not yet imagined. Extremophiles teach us that life is not fragile but stubborn, adaptable beyond our expectations, ready to colonize any corner of the cosmos where chemistry permits. And so, our gentle journey through the wonders of life on Earth draws to a close. We have drifted through ancient seas and primordial darkness. We have wandered among glowing creatures in the deepest abyss and marveled at beings that survive where nothing should live. We have followed the story of life, as it stretched and adapted, endured and transformed, again and again across billions of years. If your eyes feel heavy now, let them close. Let the rhythm of your breath become steady, like waves upon a quiet shore, like the endless pulse of life itself. Life has survived asteroid impacts, ice ages, and the slow drift of continents. It has filled every corner of this planet. And you are part of it all. The atoms in your body once drifted through ancient seas. The cells that carry your thoughts share their origins with every living thing on Earth. You do not need to hold on to any of these facts. Just let them drift. Let them settle. Sleep well, sweet dreams, and may you carry with you the quiet knowledge that you are connected to every living thing that has ever drawn breath on this pale blue world. Thank you for joining me on this journey through life on Earth. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to Drowsy Discovery for more soothing explorations of the living world. There are more wonders waiting, more creatures, more mysteries to drift through on quiet evenings. Rest well. And may the stars keep you company through the night. This has been Drowsy Discovery. Good night.